Hello everybody, what is up? Welcome back. I hope you guys are all taking care of yourselves, staying safe, living your best life. Before we jump on into our reading, you guys, I do have to remind you that tarot is a divination tool. It's an intuitive practice. Please take what resonates. If something doesn't resonate, leave it behind. It doesn't need to be meant for you, but it is meant for somebody else. With that being said, and there's nuance to every conversation. With that being said, you guys, welcome to your yes or no reading. I need you guys to have a question in mind before you pick a pile. So have a yes or no question in mind. I will say this, you guys, the answers that show up, there are a few that are very black and white, very clear, very yes, very no, okay? But there is a little bit more conversation to the yes or no, so keep that in mind as you go into this reading. And with that, everybody, here we go. We have group number 1 with the stars, group 2 with the book, group 3 with the snakes, group 4 with the whip, and group number 5 with the tree. If you guys need a moment to meditate on which of these 5 piles are calling your name, you guys are free to do that right now. And if you need, or if you want to pick more than one, my recommendation is that you don't for today. But if you want to, as always, do what you want to do. With that, everybody, once you pick your pile, I left the timestamps in the description box for when your reading will start. And with that, I'll see you all in your reading. Hello, group 1. Welcome to your reading. As always, we will start off first with our zodiac dice. We have Capricorn and Libra. Hello, Capricorn. Hello, Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising. Cancer and Leo. Libra and Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get into the yes or no. Again, you do have to have a question in mind prior to entering this reading. And the way we are going to determine a yes or no, you guys, is positive versus negative. Now, a no could be positive for you. A no could be negative for you, right? A yes could be positive, a yes could be negative. You are going to have to determine, obviously, whether or not the yes or no is positive or negative, but we are basing this on positive or negatives. And then at the end, we will pull a straight, clear-cut yes or no. Okay. So communication, Gemini, I would say this is very neutral energy, you guys. I don't know again, what your question is, what your yes or no question is, but I feel clear on the fact that communicating, if there is somebody else involved in your yes or no question, communicating with this person may be the path that you want to take. And when I say communication, you guys, I mean clear communication. I mean upfront, raw, honest, to the point communication, okay? Can I get a yes? Something flipped in the deck as well, so give me a second. We have the Grand Trine of Blessings. The Grand Trine of Blessings is a positive, so I would say there is a positive outcome to the question you are asking based on the Grand Trine of Blessings. We do have Mercury here as well, you guys. This is so funny. Just because Gemini rules over Mercury, obviously Gemini is also an air sign, communicating. So all in all, the message that we are getting so far for you, group 1, is communication is key. If you want a positive outcome, you have to communicate and state what you're feeling, what you're thinking, or what you're pondering on very clearly to this other person, whether that is professionally, with your family dynamics, with your friends, or in a romantic situation. If there's somebody else involved, you have to communicate to get a positive outcome. Now, if there is nobody else involved and your yes or no question is more right, looking towards the future, what I would say is communicating what you want, or communicating very clearly what you desire, whether that is through manifestation, scripting, things like this. I do think that will, again, yield you a more positive outcome, okay? This could even be doing like daily affirmations. I know people are very skeptical of the affirmations. I promise you guys, if you are consistent with your affirmations, and I'm not one of those people who promotes manifesting without action, but if you do your manifestations, if you do your affirmations on a daily basis and you put action behind those affirmations, I do believe this will yield you, again, a more positive result. Okay, let's jump straight on into our tarot cards. Can I please get a yes or no for group number 1? You have the Eight of Wands, Three of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Cups, the Sun. Here, let me organize this a little bit better. Seven of Pentacles and Judgment. So, like I said, you guys, air, Gemini, and Mercury, these are all very neutral energies. And if I'm being honest, everything that's showing up in the cards feels rather neutral. Why? Because we have some negative and we have some positive. So I'm not feeling like we are leaning as of right now, one way or another. The Seven of Pentacles will start there. This talks about hard work and effort. So like I said, whatever your yes or no question is, I do believe that you have to be the one to take action. If you're wanting to see any type of result, or if you are wanting to move forward and have, again, like a positive outcome to the situation you're questioning. Judgment is talking about our morals, our belief system, our foundation. The Sun is a positive sign, so this would go in the yes pile. This is talking about success. This is talking about happiness. The Page of Cups talks about a surprise. The Eight of Wands is something really fast happening, something happening really fast, I should say. The Three of Swords is heartbreak and sadness, and the Ace of Pentacles is essentially a golden opportunity or a new opportunity coming into your life. So overall, you guys, I am leaning towards the answer being yes, based on the fact, again, this feels neutral, but there are slightly more positive signs here than negative. So with that, can I please get a yes or a no for group number 1? We have change showing up. So know when to move to a new shell, especially if yours no longer fits. Okay, so is the situation that you are currently in, is it serving you? Are you trying to make something work that is just simply not working? If the answer to that is yes, you guys, it may be within your best interest to move on or to find something else to place your focus into. I do believe that there is change here coming up for you, group number 1. I think a lot of that is going to be based on action though, right? If you choose to stay in a shell that no longer fits you, you can stay in that shell, right? This isn't saying like there is inevitable change occurring. It's saying that you have a choice right now. You have a choice to move forward and make perhaps room in your life for new blessings, room in your life for growth, or you can stay in a shell that doesn't fit. Can I get a yes or no for group? We have direction as well. Trust your inner compass and find your bearings. A yes or no. And then we have dive. You don't find pearls on the seashore. You have to dive deep, right? You have to go into deep waters. You have to be willing to take a little bit of a risk. Can I get a yes or a no for group number 1? 4th house. This is talking about our home, our stability, our foundation, our family. Can I get a yes or no? Leo, shine. This is being seen, being heard. We have the South Node, which is our past, something we are meant to let go of. And then we have debilitated with discomfort. Your yes or no answer, group number 1, is more complicated. The reason it's more complicated is because it's not, like this isn't a clear-cut moving forward, like all of you, the answer is yes. All of you, the answer is no. So this is what I'm going to say, okay? If you are in a situation where you are feeling unappreciated, or you're feeling like perhaps devalued, or you're feeling like what you're participating in no longer resonates, or it's no longer serving you, your best bet is to move forward, is to make different choices. That is your best bet. Your best bet is to communicate your needs very clearly, communicate maybe even just to yourself, right? The situation that you are currently experiencing, just saying out loud, like, I'm unhappy in my current place of work, or I recognize that the home that I'm in right now isn't my forever home, and I have to figure out how I'm going to navigate moving or where I want to go. Saying the issue or the question out loud, acknowledging the question, and then genuinely like sitting with yourself and saying, hey, is this a situation I really believe has the ability to get better, or does it not? Is it time for me to move forward, or can I make this work? Because everything I'm receiving here, you guys, again, there's positive cards here, there's negative cards here, so the answer doesn't feel clear cut to me. It feels very individualized in the sense that is what you are currently experiencing, the question that you're asking right now. Do you believe that in continuing to participate, again, with the question that you're asking, do you think that's going to benefit you, or do you think it's going to hurt you? That is essentially going to be the answer. Is if it's going to hurt you, if it's going to hold you back in life, then obviously I think the answer is like you should move forward or move on. If you think that there's a way to salvage whatever it is you're asking, then the answer is like, yes, continue. Can I please get clear yes or no? We have the star. There's hope. I believe that there's hope, group number 1. Let's go straight to our yes or our no. Can I please get a yes? Yeah. Now is not the time. They are waiting to hear from you. Can I get a clear yes or a clear no? No, not yet. Take more time to think on it. So the answer seems to me, again, very straightforward. You don't have a clear-cut yes or no because there is a transitional period ahead of you. In that transitional period, you are going to have the ability to, right, like change your mind or change directions. If you're asking about like a romantic connection, does this person like me? Do they want to be with me, or are they going to call? Right? Like they could be waiting to hear from you. Perhaps right now is not the time to revisit this connection. If you're asking like, am I going to be in a relationship? No, this is not the time, not yet. So the answer isn't full stop no, but it's like not right now. And there are adjustments. I believe, based on what I'm seeing, that there are adjustments that are required prior to the answer being yes, or prior to the answer being a positive answer. Changes are needed here. Communication is needed here. I do believe that there's happiness, blessings, and success for you, group number 1. But I just believe first there is change that will occur prior to that. So I do hope that this was helpful, guys. I'm sorry it wasn't very clear cut. I did try my best. I'm sending you guys love, group 1, and that is all I've got. So bye. Hello, group 2. Welcome to your reading. We are going to start off with our zodiac dice. We have Scorpio and Virgo. Hello, Scorpio. Hello, Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising. We have Taurus and we have Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Let's do one more. Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, everybody. Okay. With that being said, I'm going to jump straight on into our tarot deck. Can we get a yes or a no? Okay. The way we are doing this, you guys, as well, I am going to pull a yes or no at the end of each reading. But we are mostly just trying to see like the positive versus the negative. A positive will be a yes, and negative will be a no. Obviously, right, you're asking a yes or no question. So the answer will be either yes or no, based on if the cards are positive or negative. That doesn't mean that a no has to be negative for you. That doesn't mean a yes has to be positive for you. So with that being said, we have the Fool here. We have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the Seven of Cups. This is all very positive. This is all very, very positive. The Fool talks about a new beginning. So starting fresh, starting new. The Queen of Pentacles talks about balance and ambition, being able to put a lot of energy into your work and things that you're passionate about, but also put in a lot of energy towards your family and your friends and your social life. So balance, great life. The Knight of Cups talks about wearing your heart on your sleeve. I see the Knight of Cups as like a lover girl or a lover boy, somebody who is open and ready to receive love. Somebody who may be a magnet, somebody who's attracting love into their life potentially. And the Seven of Cups is, in my opinion, a really fun card because it's like you have doors available to you, or you have doors that are opening for you. This is saying the options that are in front of you, maybe they're not endless, but you have more options than you think. So with that being said, I'm going to get a few more tarot cards. Can I please get, we have the Nine of Wands, a yes or a no, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Queen of Cups. So I do believe some of you may be resistant to your blessings, or some of you may be resistant to receiving good things. For example, let's say you get into, or you meet somebody, right? And you really like them. And then you start saying things like, oh, well, they probably don't like me that much, or they're probably going to break my heart. They're probably going to do this or that. That is, right, you actively blocking your blessings. Now, sometimes this is something that we can't help. Sometimes this is like OCD, anxiety, perhaps just lived experience, PTSD, right? So I want to be clear when I say this, this is not necessarily something that can be helped. Luckily, the Wheel of Fortune is saying that like you are fated for this. This is a fated event, or this is fate intervening in your life. The Queen of Cups is talking about our intuition. She's talking about being really loving and nurturing. So overall, I do see her as a positive archetype showing up for you guys. The only thing, again, that I'm seeing that could be a little bit iffy is that Nine of Wands, which would be blocking or potentially like pushing away our blessings. So can I please get, I love to see Leo here. Why? Because Leo is the sun, right? The sun is bright and beautiful and a source of life and vitality. So again, so far, this is all making me feel really positive about your answer. Again, whether it would be yes or no, like yes is positive or no is positive, I believe that the answer you are seeking is positive. We have Chiron, which is talking about healing. And this could be connected to that Nine of Wands. Again, potentially struggling with some internal battles and maybe even doing a little bit of like self-sabotage. Can I have a yes or a no? We have quite literally the sun, which is, like I said, a source of vitality. So I do see that as a positive thing for you guys as far as your yes or no question goes. Can I please get a yes or a no for group number 2? I love that. We have opportunity here. You will prove yourself and discover if you brave the rough seas. So what is that saying? That's saying that you have an opportunity in front of you. There may be a little bit of, right, rough seas ahead or rough water ahead. But ultimately, like, you are brave enough to take this on. You can prove to yourself that you can live a happy life, or you can be successful. You can find love, right? We have move as well. Barnacles only grow on a docked ship. So it seems a little bit similar to the last pile, where it's like staying in a position where, right, you're not experiencing the success that you want. You're not experiencing the love you want. You're not experiencing the social life you want. The best course of action is to move or to make change. So, right, barnacles only grow on a docked ship. That's essentially saying you are not going to be as free as you possibly can be if you're staying in a position that is not beneficial to you. Can I please get a yes or a no? Okay, so we have Mercury here, which is talking about communication. We have Neptune, which is spirituality. Neptune also talks about, right, things that we can't really see. It provides a bit of haze, dreams, things like this. And then we have Saturn. So this is interesting to me because I'm not reading Saturn as necessarily you guys experiencing a significant amount of setbacks or a significant amount of delays in your life. I feel like for the vast majority of you who have picked pile 2, you've already experienced this. You've already experienced delays. You've already experienced setbacks. And perhaps that's why you have a little bit, again, like your walls are up, or you feel like there's a bit of healing that needs to be done. Again, blocking your blessings. I really do believe for you, group 2, that the answer is extremely positive for you. The answer you are seeking is positive. So like it feels like a yes to me. With Saturn showing up, I see this as the blessing that you are wanting, or the outcome that you desire is even greater than you've imagined, or even greater than what you thought it could be. Why? Because we do go through this energy of Saturn, it does provide more significant blessings moving forward. Can I please get, we have the book and we have the child. So taking in lessons, learning new things, right? The child is innocence. The child is, right? The child has a lack of knowledge, and the book provides that knowledge. So I am reading the child in the book as like, you've already learned the lessons. Expect good things ahead. Again, I don't know if a yes or no is positive for you, but overall, this feels like if you have learned the lesson, then you can expect a positive outcome. Can I please get a yes or no? A very clear yes or no for group 2. Know that you can walk away with confidence. Find a way around this obstacle. Oh, okay. No, it's time to move on. Give me 1 second because there is something else that fell. Don't expect much from them. They are not ready. So all in all, group number 2, right? We have no, it's time to move on. I believe the vast majority of you have already moved on. I believe the vast majority of you have left your past behind. You have learned the lessons. In that, I'm going to leave this here. I do hope that this message was helpful, group 2. I am sending you guys so much love. Please do enjoy the rest of your day. And that is all I've got. So, bye. Hello, group 3. Welcome to your yes or no. We are going to start off with our zodiac dice. We have Aquarius and Gemini, Aries and Leo, Sagittarius and Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, everybody. Okay, jumping into our tarot cards. I will be pulling from the yes or no deck, you guys, at the end, and that is what is going to provide our answer. But we will see what is going on with the tarot cards. Can I get a yes or a no for group 3? Okay. There's a lot of confidence here, you guys. Okay, knowing what you want, knowing your worth, knowing your value. For the most part, these cards are really positive. So the Empress, this is a woman who, essentially I would say this is a blessed woman. This is a woman who is very lucky. This is a woman who's beautiful, who's abundant. People have a natural desire to give things to her. People have a natural desire to protect her. That is the Empress, okay? The Queen of Wands is a woman who's very magnetic. She's confident. She knows who she is. She, again, is magnetic, so she does bring a lot of positive experiences into her life. She's also very self-aware. The Knight of Swords, this is having a plan, having a vision, having an idea, and executing that idea with precision. The Five of Wands talks about passion. This talks about going for what you want, being very passionate about how you do it. Sometimes this is like arguments, sometimes this is aggression, but overall it is a passionate card. And then the Nine of Pentacles. This is ultimately talking about value. Money, value, an increase of money, or perhaps looking at the situation in front of you as a very valuable situation. Can I have a yes or a no? Oh, beautiful. Okay. I just want to say this. For those of you who are asking a question in regards to romance, I think the outcome is very positive just because we have the Empress and the Emperor. This is a rare occurrence, you guys, when I have the Empress show up and the Emperor show up. It does happen, but it's not very common. These are, right, two individuals who are married. These are two individuals who are mated, if you want to put it that way. So when I see that, I do see that as a positive thing. The Emperor is masculine energy that's presenting itself as very protective, as a leader, as somebody who's good at making decisions, as somebody who is abundant. So there's that. And we have a breakthrough here with the Ace of Swords. So again, I'm not exactly sure what your guys' question is, your yes or no question, but I do believe that there is a breakthrough ahead for you guys, group number 3. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and get some astrology cards. Can I get a yes or a no? I love what I'm seeing. We have Venus, we have Aries. Aries is again talking about passion, perhaps being a little bit aggressive about pursuing what you're wanting. So again, I don't know what your question is, but I do believe that in invoking the energy of Aries, right? I'm going to get up and I'm going to make it happen. This is something I'm passionate about. I'm going to go to war for this, or I'm going to put in a lot of energy and effort for this. So Aries energy, passion, forward moving motion, masculine energy. Venus, feminine energy, love, beauty, abundance. Can I have a yes or a no? Ooh. Okay, so there's a change here. I love what I'm seeing. We have solar eclipse, revolution, Scorpio transformation. A solar eclipse, you guys can look at both these as the same thing because essentially the end result is the same. There is some type of change occurring. I do believe this change is a positive change, you guys, based on the fact that we have the North Node, based on the fact that we have Venus here. I am to believe that this is a positive change. So let's keep going. A yes or no. Perseverance, stay the course. Explore, map show what has already been discovered, go another way. Oh, for those of you who have been considering a move, like a big move, I want to say the answer is like, yes, go for it. Again, for those of you who are asking questions in regards to like, is this person good for me? Or would we be compatible with each other? The answer to that, I feel, is also yes. We have rescue here, help others in need or ask for assistance when you need it. All right. Can I get a yes or a no? Okay, we have change here again with the 8th house. We have the midheaven and we have the 10th house. So the 8th house, you guys, it says mystery. That is such a cute way to put it. The 8th house is the house of death. That's why there's a skull here. The 8th house talks about taxes. It talks about inheritances. It talks about death. It talks about a variety of different things. When the 8th house shows up, what I see with that is potentially an area of life that is going to be going through a death of sorts, or an area of life that's going to be going through transformative energy, which has already showed up with Scorpio and the solar eclipse. So this is potentially indicating changes happening in the career. I would assume that this would be positive changes, or at least changes that are bringing about more money. Okay, let's get our clear cut. Oh, hold on, one more deck, and then we'll get our yes or no. Okay, again, action, yeah, change with the snake, action with the horse or the rider. So changes will be occurring. I think it is within your best interest to take action. Very similar to the Knight of Swords. Like I said, if you have a vision or you have an idea that you're wanting to execute, the best way to go about executing it is to start doing it. Start pursuing the thing you're wanting to pursue. Get on the path. Take action, even if you don't 100% know where you're wanting to end up. Can I get a clear yes or no? This is the first yes of the day. Yes, this is a wise move. Okay, so that makes sense to me based on everything else that's showing up. So that is what I have for you guys. Group number 3, thank you so very much for allowing me to do this reading for you. I really do appreciate it. I hope it was helpful. I'm sending you guys oodles and boodles of love. Enjoy the rest of your day. And that is all I've got. So bye. Hello, group 4. Welcome to your reading. We're going to start off with our zodiac dice. Leo and Virgo. Hello, Leo. Hello, Virgo. Leo, just Leo. Leo and Aquarius. Okay, let's see if we can get anything else. Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. Hello, Leo. Hello, Aquarius. Hello, Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, everybody. Let's go ahead and start. At the end of each reading, you guys, we will just pull a straight yes or no, but I want to see what the cards have to say regarding your question. Can I get a yes or a no? Oh, for group. Okay, positive. The Page of Pentacles talks about leveling up. If your question has to do with, will I be leveling up? The answer to that would be yes. The Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is an interesting one because the Seven of Wands talks about a sense of like needing to defend what it is that you have created or what it is you've worked for or like your relationship or something like that. So in seeing that, there's a little bit of defensiveness. Oftentimes we're not defensive over things that we aren't successful in, or we aren't defensive over things that we don't value, right? So there is that. Can I get a little bit more? We have Death. Five of Swords, Three of Cups. Three of Cups talks about a celebration, like going out with your friends and celebrating that you got a raise or celebrating that you got engaged or something like that. Death and the Five of Swords are cards that are negative, you guys. These are, typically negative cards, and they are talking about, well, Death is talking about change. Sometimes that change can be very painful or uncomfortable. The Five of Swords talks about knowing when to walk away or knowing when enough is enough, knowing when you have put all the energy, effort, and love that you possibly can into that relationship, that job, that friendship, and it's no longer worth it for you on an emotional or mental level to keep exhausting yourself. Can I please get Ten of Cups? Talks about emotional happiness, and the Four of Pentacles talks about needing to protect yourself. Needing to protect yourself financially, needing to protect yourself emotionally, needing to protect yourself and look out for your best interest. Can I get, I was just hoping to get one. We have the Six of Swords, which is talking about change. That could go back to the Death card. We have the Ten of Swords and we have the Hierophant. So there's definitely an ending here that is occurring. I don't know if your yes or no question has to do with an ending. If it is, I would say yes, that ending is definitely occurring. I also see, right, the Hierophant talks about walking down a more traditional path. The Six of Swords is also talking about an ending or some type of change occurring. Ultimately, do I think that this death, this change is a positive thing? Yes. Why do I think it's positive? Because we have the Page of Pentacles, which is a level up. We are elevating. We have the Ten of Cups. We feel emotionally happy and satisfied. We have looked out for our best interest, or we are looking out for our best interest, which may be the reason why we are going down this path of experiencing this ending. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some astrology cards on this. Can I please get a yes? Okay. The Moon, our emotions are involved in this. The 12th house. I don't love to see that here. That's our hidden enemies. Hidden enemies, our subconscious mind, the spiritual realm, things that are difficult for us to perceive. Saturn, this is delays, setbacks, lessons, but also a blessing at the end. So again, I would say that this reading for the most part does seem very Saturnian in the sense that it does seem like there's something difficult that you're either going through or you're going to be going through. You are aware though, group number 4, you are aware that the changes that are occurring are necessary. And even if it's hard for you to let go or hard for you to move forward, it is like, I know that I need to do this. I know that if I continue to do this, I'm going to continue the cycle, or I'm going to continue a pattern of some sort. And in leaving or in breaking the chain, I get to elevate. I get to be happier. I'm looking out for myself in either dealing with the lessons that are in front of me or going through the process of the change. We do have a part of fortune increase. So again, like I said, you guys, I do believe there's a blessing here for you. I really don't know what your question is, your yes or no question. But I feel confident that the overall outcome is positive. I just think that there are significant hurdles or mountains that we are climbing prior to yielding that positive result. Okay. Let's ask the mermaids. Can I please get a message, a yes or no message for group 4? Guidance. For some reason, I wanted to say Grudence. I was like, what the heck is Grudence? Guidance. Find safety in your beacon's light. We also have breathe. Break from beneath the water surface and soar up beyond the turquoise sea. One more. I feel like this is a message of like, call your mom or like call your dad, call, like, I feel like there's almost like a message here of like, you need to lean on your support system. You need to, for me personally, right? Like I don't have family in that sense. So when I'm in need of a break or I'm in need of comfort, I'll call my sister, right? Or I'll call my best friends. And this feels, the guidance and the breath, this feels like it is a time to lean on or call upon the people in your life that love you, that have your best interest at heart, like genuinely has your best interest at heart. Okay. We have, these are stuck together. We have a journey. Half the treasure is the journey on the path to finding it. And dance. Take inspiration from the moonlight, dance on the surface of the sea. So I do think the journey is really important here, you guys, because I do believe that that is a part of what this Saturnian energy, what this Neptune energy, or not Neptune, what this 12th house energy is talking about, or what death is talking about, what the 10 of Swords is talking about. You are on a journey right now, and you haven't reached the destination. You haven't reached the point of like, oh, like everything is great and I feel like I've elevated and I feel emotionally satisfied. There are still things that are occurring on this journey. And I believe that in going down this journey, in continuing forward, right, you are finding what you're seeking. So with that, we're going to pull from one more deck. Oops, one card left behind. Can I get a message? A yes or no? Okay, this is again Saturnian energy. Why is this Saturnian energy? It's like you're going to get what you want, right? You're going to get lucky. You're going to get the coins. You're going to get or the gold. You're going to get love. You're going to get the home. You're going to get the family. But the whip is here. So it's like there's pain involved in getting there, or there is, again, a journey that requires a significant amount of labor or work prior to getting there. So let's just go ahead and get our yes or no and see what we get with that. Can I please get a yes or a no? We have, okay, yes, seek a trusted second opinion before acting. Call your mom. If you guys have a good relationship with your mom, please call your mom or call your dad or call your sister or call your friend, like call somebody. Phone a friend. I feel like talking about this situation, your yes or no question with this person that we are talking about, this trusted second opinion, they are going to give you the best advice. And I think the cards are pushing you to talk to that person and to hear it from that person, because obviously someone that you love is going to be more impactful than like me, right? Or the tarot cards. So in making this yes or no decision, or in asking this question, I want you guys to, even if you feel awkward or like uncomfortable talking to your mom about this, or talking to your sister about this, or your brother, or whoever, I do believe that their answer will be more impactful. For some of you, the answer is yes, but I do think that asking or getting that trusted second opinion is the opinion or the yes or no that you should listen to, okay? So I'm actually gonna leave this reading here, group number 4. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to do this for you. I hope that it was helpful. I am sending you guys so much love, and that is ultimately all I've got. So bye. Hello, group number 5. Welcome to your reading. We are going to go ahead and roll our zodiac dice. We have Virgo, and we also have Libra. Hello, Virgo. Hello, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. Oh, we have Gemini and Leo. Gemini and Scorpio. Okay. With that, everybody, let's start our shuffle. We will be getting a clear yes or no at the end of each of these readings. So, can I please get a yes or a no? So this seems positive as far as like being really magnetic, being happy, getting what you want, feeling confident and attractive. Can I get a yes or no for group number 5? Positive. Ooh, the 9 of Swords. Okay, positive. 4 of Swords. Okay. You are your biggest hurdle when it comes to this question, group number 5. You are your biggest hurdle. Why am I saying that? The 9 of Swords is here. Everything else is very, very positive. Okay. Everything else is appearing to be quite positive, group 5. We have the 9 of Cups. This is happiness. This is success. We have the King of Wands. This is, again, being very magnetic, being charming, having people want to be around you, having a spotlight on you. I was recognizing that the mic was dying, so we did pause for a second. But anyways, the King of Wands, like I said, he's very magnetic, he's charming, he's attractive, he's good at getting what he wants through his charm. The 10 of Pentacles talks about money. Now, this isn't money that we are getting all at once or right away, but this is an investment that we are making, either like a physical investment in I was going to say in taxes, a physical investment in stocks, property, assets of some sort, or investing in yourself in a way that's going to benefit you later on, aka getting an education or investing in something like a business or something to that effect. So 10 of Pentacles, this is again very positive. The 9 of Swords, this is anxiety. So how I see this for you guys, group 4, is like, or I'm so sorry, group 5, is your anxiety or your mental blockages are what's holding you back from reaching your limit or reaching your potential. The Magician is saying, like, you are a powerful manifestor, group 5. You have the ability to get what it is you're wanting or to achieve what you're wanting to achieve. It's a matter of, are you going to utilize what's in front of you? Are you going to utilize the tools that you've been given? And then the 4 of Swords, this is essentially talking about like you need to take it easy. You need to rest, recharge yourself, take a break. Don't burn yourself out. That's what the 4 of Swords is talking about. So actually, we'll leave that here and let's go ahead and get some astrology. Okay. Taurus, Pluto. So Pluto's transformation. Taurus is abundance. It's also like moving forward in a way that's very consistent, moving forward in a way that is very grounded. Taurus is also referencing like Venus energy, which is love and beauty. Can I please get a message for group number 5? We have the 9th house. This is faith, our spiritual practices, foreign travel, higher education. Oh, okay. 5th house is creativity and passion. Okay. So far, so good. Everything, again, does seem relatively positive for you guys, group number 5. The only thing that's a little bit iffy is that 9 of Swords and Pluto. And again, the 9 of Swords is more so like, are you standing in your own way? Are you letting your anxieties or your self-doubt preventing you from getting what you want or achieving what you want? Or pursuing that relationship or going on that trip or moving out of the country? Can I get a yes or a no message for group generosity? What good is treasure if you keep it for yourself? And then we have meditate. Again, don't burn yourself out, group 5. I think that's going to be really important for you guys. Make some quiet time to sit in the still air. Okay. So make time to rest. Make sure you are not burning yourself out. We have strength. Stay afloat and feel steady and calm. And then we have listen. The secrets of the sea become apparent when we listen to the sound within the shells. I feel like these two cards are essentially both asking you to make sure that you're taking time to regulate your nervous system. Make sure that you're taking time to rest. Make sure you are not burning yourself out, because that, I think, is when you are going to have the hardest time being able to manifest or being able to bring in the experiences, the positive experiences that you are wanting to bring in. Can I please get some more astrology? We have Virgo here with digest, Pluto for a second time, which is a rebirth. Virgo energy is oftentimes talking about like paying attention to small details, looking at something, analyzing, right? Analyzing the situation that you're in, or analyzing the question that you have and asking yourself like, okay, is this benefiting me? Is this something I should do? Is this something I shouldn't do? We have Taurus again. The synchronicities here are interesting. Let's get one more. Cancer. Okay. So the 11th house is talking about our community. The 11th house is talking about our friendship. It's also talking about perhaps an online community. The 11th house speaks about relations that are, again, like not romantic and more so like outward relationships, friendships, online communities, things like this. Okay. All right. I want to go ahead and pull from one more deck, and then I do want to go ahead and get our yes or our no. Can we get the Tree? So there's a lot of earth energy that's showing up for you guys. I do a lot of Taurus, a lot of Virgo. So I do believe for you guys, group number 5, the answer is like, it depends on what is bringing you stability, or it depends on what is bringing you a sense of groundedness and calm. If you're asking a yes or no question and the question itself is giving you anxiety, then it's probably best for you to sit back and analyze why that's the case. I believe for you guys, it's important that whatever it is you're asking is making you feel calm or making you feel stabilized. With that being said, let's go ahead and get our clear-cut yes or no. Okay, so we have yes and we have no. We are going to do one more. Yes. Only if you have full trust in the others involved. So this is what I'll say for you guys. It is both yes and nope, okay? Now, like I just said, I think what is important for your question, group 5, is that you feel stabilized, is that you feel secure and grounded, okay? So, for example, if you're asking like, oh, should I pursue this relationship with this guy? Being around him, does he make you feel anxious? Does he make you feel nervous? Does he make you feel uneasy? When you leave him, do you start to doubt the relationship? Do you get anxiety when you're not with each other? Do you get anxiety when you are with each other? If the answer to either of these is yes, then the answer is no. You should not pursue that relationship. If what you are asking, like, oh, I'm really excited about this job opportunity, maybe it's making me a little bit nervous, but I feel confident that like I can do this role, or I feel excited at the prospect of being able to fulfill this role, then the answer is yes. Okay, so does that make sense? Like the answer yes or no is really, really going to be important when it comes to how the thing that you're asking about makes you feel. If it makes you feel grounded and stable, the answer is yes. If it doesn't, the answer is no. So yes, only if you have full trust in the others involved. That part is important, group 5, okay? So that is what I have for you guys, group 5. I love you. I hope this was helpful. Enjoy the rest of your day. That is all I've got.